This penguin hasn't eaten in 115 days. Right now, it's standing in the middle of Antarctica in negative 60 degrees, holding an egg on its feet that it hasn't put down in 2 months. But here's what's insane. This isn't even the hardest part. The hardest part has already happened, 70 miles ago. To understand how he got here, we need to go back to the beginning. This is the Antarctic interior. Winter temperatures plunge to negative 60 degrees Celsius. When winds tear across the ice at 120 miles per hour, no trees, no shelter, no food for 100 miles in any direction. And yet, every single March, emperor penguins leave the safety of the ocean and walk inland, directly into this frozen nightmare. Why? Because this is the only place on Earth cold enough and stable enough to raise their young. The march takes days, sometimes weeks. They walk single file to save energy. The penguin in front breaks the wind for everyone behind it. And they take turns at the front, rotating like cyclists in the Tour de France. They don't eat. They don't drink. They can't stop. If a penguin falls too far behind, it will freeze to death alone. But here's what makes this even more incredible. They're not just walking to survive. They're walking to find something. And when they find it, that's when the real test begins. After days of walking, they finally reach the breeding ground. And now comes the choice that will decide everything. Each penguin has to find a partner. They sing. Each penguin has a unique voice, a specific frequency, rhythm, and pattern that no other penguin can replicate. It's like a fingerprint made of sound. When two penguins choose each other, they memorize each other's call. They'll need to remember it, because in a few weeks, that call will be the only thing standing between their chick's life and death. The female lays a single egg, one chance. And now comes the most terrifying moment of the entire journey. She has to transfer the egg to the male's feet. If the egg touches the ice for more than a few seconds, it freezes. The embryo dies. It's over. Watch this right there. That's the transfer. One wrong move and months of marching, starving, and suffering are for nothing. Once the male has the egg safely on his feet, the female turns and leaves. She walks all 70 miles back to the ocean to feed. She hasn't eaten in weeks. But if she doesn't go now, she'll die. And the male? He's now completely alone, in the dark, with an egg he cannot put down, for 65 days. No food, no shelter, in complete darkness. The males survive the only way they can. They huddle. Up to 5,000 penguins pressed together so tightly that the temperature at the center reaches 37 degrees Celsius. That's warmer than a summer day in New York. But the penguins on the outside are freezing, so they rotate constantly. The outer ring slowly shuffles inward, and the warm center cycles outward to take their place. They've been doing this for millions of years. No penguin hogs the center. No penguin refuses to take its turn in the cold. It's cooperation or extinction. And through all of this, each father balances an egg on his feet. He has not moved them in over 2 months. And then, after 65 days of darkness and starvation, the sun returns, and with it, the females. Remember those calls? What's those unique vocal fingerprints? Now they matter. Each female walks into a crowd of 5,000 identical-looking males, and she starts singing. He hears her. Out of 5,000 voices, he hears her. They find each other, and when she looks down, she sees what he's been protecting all this time. A tiny gray chick, alive, against all odds. She's meeting her baby for the first time. And the father? He's lost nearly half his body weight. He's barely alive. But he kept that egg warm through every single one of those days. Emperor penguins have made this march for millions of years, but they might not make it through the next century. In 2016, a colony at Halley Bay, one of the largest on Earth, with over 10,000 breeding pairs, suffered a catastrophic loss. The sea ice broke apart early, 3 years in a row. Nearly every chick was lost. Scientists estimate that if current warming trends continue, emperor penguin populations could decline by more than 80% by the end of this century. This march, this incredible, ancient, beautiful ritual, depends entirely on ice that is disappearing beneath their feet. These birds survived ice ages. The question now is whether they can survive us. But for now, the march continues. Every year, 70 miles, in the worst conditions on Earth, not for survival, for the next generation. If you want to see more incredible penguin stories, we've got one about a penguin who swims 5,000 miles every year to visit the man who saved his life. I'll put that one right here. And if this story moved you, share it with someone who needs a reason to believe in nature. We'll see you in the next one.